AskReddit by AdMassive 3476. Guys of Reddit, what is something a girl does that makes you feel incredibly insecure? That thing when their behavior changes from being close to acting like a complete stranger overnight and you can't figure out if you did something wrong or they just got bored. This happened to me with one of my best friends. We were really close, then one day she stopped answering my messages. Never felt so hurt in my life, especially not knowing what caused it. Extremely mixed messages in very short time frames. Messages in the evening, horny stuff. I'm sleepy, gotta go now. Ghosted for 3 days. Lack of reciprocation. Not necessarily an insecurity thing, but I'd be lying if I said it doesn't make me feel some type of way when you show affection, give assurances, reassurances, but then don't really receive that in return. It's not always necessary, but sometimes it's just nice to know that you're on the other person's mind. I'm 31 and after multiple long-term relationships I've never once been with a girl who has matched my level of affection and care. Feels bad, man. Talk about her attraction to men that are physically nothing like me in a way that I can't attain. I can't be taller. I can't be less bald. I can't grow my penis. On some level she wants someone, in some way, that I can never be even if she finds me enough. I'm a woman but I can really relate to this. My ex-husband always gushed over tall, blonde women who were very slim in their eyes Saturday, short, dark-haired, and sporting big boobs. I hated feeling like I wasn't enough and I never could be. Throw casual insults at me. Society thinks we are tough and don't give a shit, but it got me questioning myself at 3 AM. Even a small insult can hit harder sometimes than anything any guy can throw at you. Nowadays I don't care about it that much, but really used to when I was in my teens. Friend, you should ask her out. The worst she can say is no. Me asks her out. You. Devastation. OMG, been there, lol. I gotta know, but can I have your friend's number? The worst she can say is not no. Having to initiate everything by default makes me feel like I'm not good enough for anyone to be bothered with. Like, ask me to do stuff. Ask me to talk. I get that some twat in high school told you that you were being clingy. He's an idiot. Ignore his cruel words. He has no idea what he lost. I like this answer a lot. Here to know what not to say. Same girl. My wife grabbed my love handles once and I will never recover from it. I bet you're handsome AF, bro. Don't sweat it. When my wife tells me to shut up and that I laugh needlessly. Your wife sounds like an asshole. My wife does this thing where she doesn't reply for a long time, sometimes days. She's working abroad, and it's terrible for me. BC, I have absolutely no clue what's going on. Like, is she safe? Is she mad at me? Did I say something wrong? I have no idea, and sometimes it makes me borderline paranoid. I talked about it many times, and she even admitted to be a bad communicator but would try to improve herself, which never happened. Anyway, tomorrow I'm filling the divorce papers. Yeah, fuck all of that noise. I'm so sorry it's come to this, but that's not an okay way to treat your fucking spouse. Better to be alone than with someone who treats you like an afterthought or a convenience. Constantly reminding me of how I did not perform well academically in college, which has been 8 years since I've graduated. Definitely time to leave, man. When she fucks other people from time to time. When she say that she wants only me, then I wonder why she sleeps with my friends. Be careful, don't break it, watch out anytime I do anything. I'm not an idiot, let me do my shit. My mother was like this. Anytime I cooked or handled plates or anything, watch out. Those are my good plates. Eventually set the damn things down, looked her in the eyes, and said, "You have dropped glasses. Dad has dropped plates. Brother exists on a mountain of broken ceramics. I'm the only one in this household who's never so much as chipped a coffee mug. Stop it." She accused me of thinking I was better than everyone else, but at least she doesn't hover over my shoulder anymore.
No, maybe I'm not.
I asked a girl to homecoming once. She drove over from the other side of the state to hang out with another guy all day before seeing me that night. That was like 15 years ago and I haven't felt insecure since. Ugly feeling and no one can make you feel it but yourself. That last line is great, and incredibly true. I'm an introvert and I dated an extrovert, and what really made me insecure is just how easily she could befriend anyone else. Guys, girls, old, young, she could talk to them for 5 minutes and start hanging like they're best friends. To a guy who needs to psych himself up just to say hi to a stranger, that made me feel super insecure. I'm an introvert dating an extrovert, and I view him as sort of being my PR department. If I were on my own, people would be like, "Who's that weirdo?" But with him, they're like, "If this incredible guy likes that weirdo, she must be kind of cool somehow." When my daughter says, "Let me get that, Dad. It looks heavy." I had muscles when I was younger. Really? That's just my way of showing daughterly love, Mayo. Plus in my mind, it makes him proud. Just walk up to them, ask them for sex, actual words of a woman at a bar after she saw me drinking alone.
Pipe dream for me, you know.
Only if it's a girl who I care about, but when you get a lot of attention, interest, reciprocation, and curiosity from her, and then it stops and she goes silent. It used to make me feel like a toy that she got tired of playing with.
And it's been 6 years, and
It doesn't bother me nearly as much now. Hasn't really happened recently, and if it did, I've plenty of other people I can talk to if one isn't showing interest. But man, it still stings a little when you want to engage with someone and they just kinda stop. Oh my, this is such a horrible feeling. Doesn't cuddle me after she pegs me. Most real answer in the thread. Only time I've ever felt insecure was when I was with a girl who was seriously out of my league. I'm not a swamp donkey, but I'm little better than average in the looks department, and she was way up there, model looks, but she was only just over 5 feet tall. She was the type of girl that all the men watch when she walks across a room. I was punching so far above my weight I was just constantly worried that she'd leave me for someone else. I was almost relieved when we both realized it wasn't going anywhere, and we stayed friends for years before she moved abroad, with a much more attractive man. Or, I'm a female and I see this insecurity in guys sometimes right when our spark happens, and it makes me really sad. If I say anything, it'll scare him off. Like we both just discovered we have the exact same taste in music and we can't continue talking. Who said I was shallow and only interested in a single dimensional person? BTW. I think for a lot of women, a slightly below average or slightly above average looking man will become the hottest thing to us as time goes on, and as our connection deepens. If you're a really nice, respectful, reciprocative, generous, and loving guy, you will become her Prince Charming. Just connect as humans and let even her looks just be a simple accessory to who she is. Looks carry like 10% of their value. I am currently seeing someone I didn't find very attractive initially, and now, he is completely irresistible to me. When they are being nice, I have a physical disability, and when I try to ask a girl out they don't flat out reject me. They try to be nice and it just confuses me if they are really interested in me or they just can't reject me because they don't want to hurt me. Despite my condition, I'm just like any other guy. I can handle rejections and I'm fine if they don't like me BCS of my condition. I understand that it's just a matter of preference. If it makes you feel better, that may have nothing to do with your disability. I've had loads of confusing rejections that didn't seem like rejections initially, and I think it has more to do with the person not wanting to be mean. Unfortunately, it often comes at the cost of being unclear. Whenever I speak they think I'm arguing, but I'm just sharing something I know about the subject topic or my perspective generally. Open discussion with emotional attachment removed for me is important. Example. Oh, why are the street lights still on during the day? Me. Maybe ice is frozen on the sensor so it thinks it's nighttime. Oh, my question was rhetorical. You didn't have to say anything. Feels that she's irritated by me. Me, what the fuck is happening right now? I'm not trying to one-up you, please stop feeling like I'm trying to fight you. I love you. I'm the same way, man. Over-analytical type that's often assumed to be acting oppositional just because I added some detail to something that was said or elaborated further on it. I just like learning random shit and sharing random shit with people, and I love taking educated guesses about stuff that isn't immediately apparent. When my GF ogles at other men when she's with her friends. It gets under my skin when I hear her talking about how hot some guy at Target was when she's on the phone with her friend and they went shopping together. This is just one of many examples. I trust her not to cheat on me, but it seems like she's really breaking her neck looking at other dudes sometimes, who are 6'2" with perfect Greek god bodies that I will never come close to having. It's the same thing with her phone too. I don't go out of my way to be nosy to see what she's doing on her phone, but I notice that she's frequently scrolling through these cringy ass thirst traps, one after another, after another. I would be lying if I said it didn't bother me. I don't know if insecure is the right word because I'd say it's often probably more of a just because you're paranoid it doesn't mean they're not out to get you deal, but man. Whenever I dated a girl who liked to go on and on about the many suitors she had or the guys she had to reject all the time because they were dating me and crap like that, I always ended up dumping them because it didn't sit well with me regardless of the message they thought they were trying to send with those comments. I don't think it's insecurity, but it depends on the context. Yes, I would appreciate my partner saying no to other people trying to hit him up while we're in a relationship, and I'd also appreciate the honesty if he told me someone tried to get with him, but it all depends on how he says it. If it feels like he's bragging and asking for my validation with it, it's an instant no. I shouldn't have to praise my partner for following the most basic rule of our relationship: don't cheat. But if he's chill about it and laughs it off, then it's just funny and I'm happy cause I'm dating a cute guy. Also, if this would be a regular thing and I'd have told him that even though I appreciate the honesty, it makes me feel insecure and I'd rather not hear about every single time someone wants him, and he still tells me even though he knows it makes me feel bad, that's an instant no again. When my girlfriend gets distant. It makes me feel like I did something wrong even though she reassures me it's not my fault and that she's tired from work, had a long day, etc. It's good that she tells you the reason directly, assuming nothing else is really wrong. The worst is when she's distant without any explanation and you're left guessing WTF you did wrong. Faster like damn bitch, I'm tired. It's been a whole 45 minutes, or the why did you stop because I'm about to nut and you don't want my delinquent ass babies. Or when she tells you deeper and you're all out of dick. This happens right now to me frequently, habitually negating my opinion or statement in some small way. It's supposed to get up to 38 degrees today. Reply, no, it's not supposed to get past 35. This is something extremely tiny, and in isolation, it's perfectly fine. I am wrong at times, and I can accept that just fine. But when every single thing I say has to be immediately countered in some way, apparently to the point that it's now just out of habit, well, you've lost my respect, I've lost interest in engaging with you, and our relationship isn't likely to survive. My husband used to do this all the time. I finally explained it to him point blank just how undermining and fucking annoying it is. I even did it to him just so he's get the idea. He stopped doing it, and let me tell you, I like him so much better now and we get along swimmingly. I was once with a girl who would talk about her ex. He made a lot of money but he would beat her and mentally abuse her. She always talked about how much he made like he was the best guy in the world. I guess I wasn't insecure because I didn't care and knew he was a piece of shit. I was just really confused at her thought process. Picks me up and eats me across the room to assert dominance. I'm scared.